This is a company that we started in lockdown with a group of 7 young girls. The fact that in lockdown very many schools were closed off, we didn't want these girls to go idle. So we came up with something. It was me and my business partner. As we started, it was really challenging because we had to train from scratch. We would recycle glass bottles. We used to move around streets looking for empty bottles from bars. The few bottles we collected, we began by training these 7 girls that we got so that they are busy and they can begin up their small businesses, because none of us really knew how long the pandemic would go. So when we started with these young girls, we taught them, as we were also learning. We had never done any glass art before. I personally am a professional industrial artist, and my business partner, so we needed something that is more artistic, that would not be boring, that would make everyone get involved and be interested. So we started with a few glass bottles, and we used to move around to look for business with them. By then we didn't have any machine, so we used to cut sand and the glasses. We used to do all that by hand. Everything was manual. It was not easy, but over time everyone fell in love with it. I'm an artist and I have another group of artists around. We invent these shapes and sizes. We ended up also beginning to make glass beads. We ended up going from cold glass, which is glass cutting, the normal drinking glasses, the bowls, the flower vases and all that, to the hot glass. That's pounding the glass to powder, melting it and coming up with different shapes of glass beads, glass jewelry. But our biggest clients right now are different hotels. Hotels give us orders. Some of them transport their bottles to our workshop, and then we work on their orders and we transport them back. So far, the biggest achievement we've achieved is we managed to purchase a sanding machine, so we don't do everything manually like before. It was more hectic and tiresome. Now, us, Glass Girls Uganda, have come up with this new idea. In other words, this glass we recycle is more trustworthy than the imported glass everyone trusts. But then the sensitization is still going on because it's a challenge to us. Sometimes we go out there marketing and people are going to tell you, how do I trust that there are no small particles in it? Because I trust this glass better. So you have to sensitize them, you have to assure them. But then first and foremost, before we put a glass on the shelf, or before we put a glass on markets, we first test it. Each glass. Here as workers, we use our own glasses for our tea, our drinking. So we first test a glass before we put it out there. Now, our glasses here are very thick. They are made thick. The reason why they are more durable and more better is because their body is made for exportation. This idea of glass recycling has helped us to conserve the environment.